I am absolutely not prepared for this. Okay. Hey y'all, my name is Jay. Welcome back to my channel, Chaotic Plant Friend, here to talk about more carnivorous plants. So I have quite a few like bits of plant mail here, and typically I like to go ahead and repot them because a lot of these plants are shipped bare root. So I'm gonna take you along with me on this whole unboxing and replanting adventure, repotting adventure. And we're gonna do a little bit of a chatty repot. You're going to have to excuse the traffic noise. Again, I live on a busy thoroughfare type of road, so apologies in advance. The first package I have here is from my friend Joaquin at Flora Esoterica. This is my second package from him, and I'm so excited. He mentioned that I would be getting a free gift, which is very kind of him. I'm so happy to support him as a small business and just like as a fellow carnivorous Facebook plant group friend. This first one is going to be a Ventricosa lowii. So let's take her out. Oh, some nice, healthy pictures. Love it. All of the plants that he sends me are just wonderful. Like, look at those shiny leaves. They're so healthy. I realize now that I brought my potting medium, but I didn't bring any pots for this repot, so I will have to go get that in a second. I think this might be, no. This is definitely something I paid for. This is going to be the NEPENTHES Maxima Song of Melancholy and Clipiota cross. Now, I am very interested in the NEPENTHES Clipiota. I see this is a little baby, yeah. I don't know if you can see, but there's little baby pictures here, and they're so cute. They're so squat. There's one here that's like real fat. I love it. He very kindly already has this in a little bit of sphagnum moss and in a container, so we're not even going to have to repot that. Love that. We're just gonna keep the label, and then, ooh, this is definitely not something that I ordered, but I'm interested to see this said free gift. Let's see, this is Drosera Burmanii. I do love a Drosera. Oh, how cool, it's a little tiny Drosera. I'll include a little close-up shot, but so cool. Super interesting thing about Joaquin, I found out recently that he is Filipino like me, and I asked him if he had any like Philippine, like any carnivorous plants that are originally from the Philippines, because a lot of NEPENTHES and Drosera and like things like that are originally from the Philippines. And he said yes, and one of the ones that I ordered from him is this NEPENTHES alata. Alata? Yeah, alata. So I'm definitely really interested in growing this out because it is from my home country. And yeah, I'm excited he had one. This was his last one. There's one little picture here, and I doubt you can see it. But the plant overall looks really healthy, and I'm excited to get it potted up. So yeah, I'm so excited from this package from Joaquin. He is just fast becoming one of my favorite vendors for NEPENTHES. And here's the thing, there are so many good sellers out there of NEPENTHES, and a lot of them, if not most, are all small businesses technically. But I love sort of scouring the Facebook groups for like individual sellers, really small businesses, And you know, it just, I love creating relationships with these people because they have such incredible knowledge, and like I feel like I'm just talking to a good friend about something that they really care about and that I also happen to care about, if that makes any sort of sense. Yeah. I don't know if y'all know what I mean. I'm just a big fan of the Facebook plant groups because there's some magic on there that can't be found on conventional like plant websites. And then even some of those bigger plant companies, bigger carnivorous plant companies, they all frequent these Facebook groups, and I don't know, it's great. It's a great community. I already have my like sphagnum moss and perlite mix. I'll be honest, I am not a super fan of this, like, it seems to be the preferred potting medium or growing medium for Nepenthes. I've seen people use Akadama, Coco Core, and I am interested in exploring those because I don't like mixing this at all, and I find it really hard to understand like when to water. Like Coco Core very obviously gets dry or drier, and sphagnum moss, like it's hard to tell like what's actually dry other than maybe the top layer. So I don't know, that's just my personal thing, but I will continue to use sphagnum moss until I figure out what my next move is for my carnivorous growing medium, specifically for Nepenthes. I'm like throwing perlite in my tea. Listen, my channel is called Chaotic Plant Friend for a reason. So the next package I have here is from a seller that was like downsizing his personal collection on one of the Nepenthes Facebook groups. This particular Facebook group is the Carnivorous Community Marketplace. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, definitely check it out. He was very kind. He showed me a lot of plants, and I ended up buying, I believe, 4 from him. Oh my god, this is ginormous. This is a ginormous plant. I don't know where I'm gonna put that. And then yeah, his name is Miles, and I mean, I can already tell that this is gonna be a really decent haul. Like everything looks like it's in good condition, but it's too soon to tell. Let me go ahead and unwrap things first. Okay, let's start with this like giant one. Okay, so this is Nepenthes Burbigiae. I never can say that. Cross with Campanulata. Oh my god, I just saw this picture. Oh, one sec. I think I need scissors. I'm going to pee myself with excitement because like, this looks beautiful, and this plant is huge. Like for the money that I paid for it, it's like surprisingly large and like well established. Oh my god. Okay. Look at that picture, guys. I'll include some close-up photos or footage, but that is a beautiful picture. You probably, I don't know if you can tell, but the like red striping on the peristome is just stunning. And then like the like underneath of the lid, I don't know what that's called, please forgive me, is also speckled red. And some of these pictures I might have to like cut off. I'm gonna have to research that. Do y'all cut off pictures that look very obviously dead? But it's in beautiful condition regardless, and it does have the one healthy picture. Much excitement. Eee! Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Okay. All right, we're just gonna put that there. Not the most graceful of resting places for that beautiful plant, but we're just gonna move on. I don't know that you can see, but there is just a mass of plants over here, and I'm not ready to expose how truly chaotic I am, so you're not gonna see that today. Okay, so this one doesn't have any pictures, but definitely looks healthy. This is the Ventricosa siblionensis cross Nagabonzo. Oh, I was really excited about this particular plant. And I am interested at how long it'll take to picture. I'll probably put this in my greenhouse cabinet so that it can have like really consistent light and humidity to encourage it to picture. But I am very excited about this particular cross, and I will insert a mature picture of what this plant will eventually look like. Pumped, to say the least. Very pumped. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. All right, and then we have like this like grocery store bag. Oh, I see, because it's giant. That's why he put in a grocery store bag. Okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it, got it. All right, so this one, oh, okay. Let me be extra careful about this. Look at this giant plant. Y'all, I'm telling you, you have to look on these Facebook plant groups because you're gonna get some really good deals and some really good finds. This is the most beautiful plant I have ever seen. Look at that picture. Look at that beautiful peristome. It is so gorgeous. I have never seen anything quite like this. And now some of y'all who are seasoned Nepenthes collectors and growers are probably like, that's not that crazy. Okay, sure, yeah, okay, maybe. But it is to me, because I am still relatively new to Nepenthes, and I will never stop saying that, at least for a while. And I am just absolutely stunned. I am absolutely stupefied by how majestic these plants are. Like, how does a plant form leaves like this? Like, it's wild. So this cross is going to be a I think this is Ventricosa cross Lowii Burbigiae cross Edwardsiana. I think. If I'm wrong, I will include the real name on the screen. Wow. Okay, this baby is not going to fit in my current greenhouse situation. I did get an entire other like IKEA Millsbo greenhouse just for my carnivorous plants, but this one will have to be out here in normal room humidity. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, and here's this picture that hasn't fully opened yet. This one looks like it's definitely like been a while that this picture has been open. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how to tell if it's an aged picture. I think it is an aged picture. Anyway, pumped. I think that was the last of that particular package. Guys, how cool. How freaking cool. All right, we gotta pot these up now. Okay, I am genuinely sweating. So we're gonna tie back my hair and we're gonna get to this repotting. Okay, let's see. This Edwardsiana cross is just stunning, and I am supremely pumped about it. You guys probably can't tell, but I am ADHD, and when I decide I'm obsessed with something, I'm just obsessed. I realize I'm not showing much of the repot. I've got my sphagnum moss that's already nice and wet. And like, you know what's interesting too is that I know when I'm gonna be obsessed with something. So sometimes I put it off, you know, like sometimes I'm like, oh, we're not even gonna touch that topic right now because it will just be a landmine of obsession and hyperfixation. I don't think about the topic for years. And then it comes across my path at the right time and right place, and then it just takes over my life. Plants have always been sort of a thing for me. I have a very noisy mind, hence the ADHD. So when I'm doing anything with plants, especially outside, because there's so much like physical labor or physical, like there's like tangibility when it comes to working with plants. So it has my mind and my physical body occupied. All those thoughts just tend to go a little more silent than normal, and I'm really like thankful for that, which is why I have such a heavy obsession. It's the same with reading. It's why I have 1.5 million books, but yeah. Okay, and I have my distilled water here. I did just order a little reverse osmosis system because my carnivorous plant collection has grown exponentially in the last couple of months, and my husband doesn't seem to mind the fact that we might have more pure drinking water. So he was like, yeah, get the system. And I was like, okay, don't need to tell me twice. Also, if you didn't know, I have a little tea bag filled with half a mosquito dunk in here, because if you're getting into carnivorous plants just to get rid of your fungus gnats in your normal plant collection, like, don't do it. It's not going to control your fungus gnat issue. It'll help, maybe. It may not, because you've got now a bunch of like wet sphagnum moss all over the place, and yeah. Anyway, I put the mosquito dunks in my distilled water so that it can help like lessen the fungus gnat issue, and it doesn't hurt the carnivorous plants. So what I tend to do when and this is very divisive, but what I tend to do when I get a new plant in shipment, all of like the water or like the fluid in the pitchers has fallen out during shipment. So I tend to just like add a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit, so I don't lose the pitcher. And I mean, like, look at this. I don't want to lose that pitcher. It's just freaking beautiful. It's just so stunning. I will cry and cry and cry if I lose that pitcher. And I don't know what I thought when I first got into these, like what the pitcher would feel like, but I didn't think it would feel like this. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, it doesn't make sense that it's like an extension of the leaf. So that one is nice and done, and make sure we don't lose the little tag. So this is the cross. I don't even know if you can read that, but very excited about that one. Where to put this for right now? Here is one of my many Hoyas. I'm just gonna take it off its stand for right now. I don't know why I'm giving you a play-by-play. Literally, that's the most boring moment. Okay, let's see. Let's do something else. Let's do the Nepenthes alata. I'll insert a mature picture of this plant. I'm very excited to have like a Philippines native Nepenthes. I don't know, man. So I grew up here in the US. We came here when I was about 5. That's too much, of course. But I was born in the Philippines. And both my parents are Filipino. And you know, it was a very interesting transition for our entire family. I mean, it was hard in different ways for everyone in my family, but it was also like a positive thing because we were coming to the US so that we would all have, you know, more options for how we could live our life. My parents worked real hard. It was a real tough beginning because, you know, they left all their family. Oh, I see a tiny little picture. Okay. I have a little spray bottle here. And I've learned from a couple different YouTubers, but specifically Brad's Greenhouse. I don't know if y'all watch him, but if you spray with water the developing pitchers, I guess it helps. I don't know. Also, y'all probably saw none of that because it was off camera. But growing up here, even though I was very, very, very connected to my culture, my parents raised us very traditionally. She's all happy and potted now. Look how cute she is. My parents raised us very traditionally, and you know, as someone who is living in the US but being raised as a traditional Filipino, it's very contrasting. Like, me and my mother did not have the best of times during my teenage years. We loved each other undoubtedly, but it was hard for us to see where we were each coming from, so we didn't communicate very well. We're much better now. But anyway, my point with this rant is that, like, I have a deep connection to my culture, but there are some parts of it that sort of like feel like a little disconnected, and like finding a piece of my like homeland in a hobby like my plants that I love so much is really wonderful. Like really, really wonderful. And it feels in a way a sort of like coming home. Anyway, that's my sappy rant. Part of why I have like just dove deep into this part of the plant hobby, because really, like, I will post what is it, a plant tour eventually. Just more sphagnum moss here. I will post a plant tour eventually, but let's see if you can actually see what I'm doing. I will post a plant tour eventually, and you'll see that I am not just like a noob when it comes to this entire hobby. I don't know why I feel like I need to keep justifying that to anyone, but I have a lot of anthuriums and Hoyas I just love. And I found out recently that there are quite a lot of Philippine original Hoyas. Whoa, is that thunder? That's wild. So yeah. So it's been really cool to like delve deep into this plant hobby of mine, and even deeper with the carnivorous plants, and to know that some of them came from my home country. Yeah, it just feels really good, especially now that I have a daughter, and she's half American. My husband is American. It feels good to be connected so that I can, more connected so that I can pass it on to her. So this is the Ventricosa cross Cebulianensis Nagabanzo. Very excited to see this flesh out. Here's a little pitcher that's starting to form, so we're gonna spray her to encourage the growth. Okay, let's do one from Joaquin, because I love my friend. It sounds like I've known him for a very long time, and truly I haven't. I've literally just met him, but he has just been so nice. He's been very patient with all of my questions about Nepenthes, and it's been cool to find out that he's also Filipino, and everything that I get from him is just like super quality. Like, he obviously loves and takes care of his plants. So this is going to be the, let's see, the Ventricosa lowii. So we're just gonna plop that in here. Look at that little baby picture. It's so bright red and it's hairy. I love the hairy. It's so good. That's so weird. I do love hairy plants. There's something about them that just like look like they're alien creatures that are like spreading via fungus or spores or whatever. I don't know. I have a very overactive imagination, you know, because I read a lot, and just because I'm me. But I am very excited about this baby. Now, Ventricosa lowii, as I understand it, is a rather common, not common, like I guess it would be technically uncommon because it's not like at a big box store or like typical like garden nurseries, but it is very like available online and like from carnivorous growers. This is a good like sort of entryway Nepenthes. Anyway. Oh Lord, what am I even rambling about? How cute! It looks so good. Okay, what next? All right, I definitely made too much moss. Like, that's problematic. All right, so I am definitely gonna buy from Miles again. He blew it out of the water. I was nervous because, you know, I'm nervous every time I have to hand over any amount of money to someone I've never handed money over to before, but he really blew away my expectations. Like, look at that. I wanted a Nepenthes that was more like green in color, but an interesting green. I don't know what I mean by that. I just knew that I would see, when I see it, I would know it. And this really checks the box here. Let's see, will this fit totally? Yeah, so we're not gonna put any moss on the bottom. We're just gonna, well, maybe, just a little bit. God, this desk is gonna be a mess. This is a very, I'm working currently on the floor of my like plant and book room, and that I'm working on a very old and cheap coffee table, so it's not cute. You can probably tell that it's wood and it's weathered because we were not very good to this table, but that's okay. It's perfect for my plants because I don't care if it's ugly. It does, I do get like weirded out about how it looks because it is in my nice like plant and book room, but I'm a chaotic person. And I'm not even like just saying that to like make you understand why I named my channel the way I did. I've tried to be matchy-matchy. I try so hard. I create Pinterest boards. I create plans and I just can't, y'all. And it's probably the ADHD, but also like I've always been someone who enjoys just a little bit of like cluttered coziness. Like I feel like if your house is like super minimalist and clean, like no shade, that's cool if you love that. Couldn't be me though, because what about my plants and books? Alrighty, looking good. You know what, do y'all cut off these dead pictures? Hang on, I'm gonna Google this real fast. So it looks like the consensus is yes, we cut off the dead pictures. Now, I have some, this is like alcohol water that I use on my plants that have mealybugs. I don't use it on my carnivorous plants. I'm pretty sure that would just make them very unhappy and angry with me. I don't know for certain, but I have a good feeling. But I use a little bit to clean my plant scissors to make sure I'm not like spreading any diseases. There's some nice truck noise ambiance for you. Gotta love it. Spent all this money on our house and it's, you know, it doesn't really bother me, but I realize now that okay, question. This like picture is very obviously like not super cute and thriving. Do we keep it? I've heard mixed things. Like some people keep it and some people don't. Okay, so I'm going to add some distilled water here so that it has some water to work with, just a little bit, nothing crazy. And I'm gonna do it to this little pitcher too, in case it wants to collect any more bugs. This one, oh God, what did I do with the like, oh, here it is. The Burbigiae campanulata. Also, on a really random note, do you guys ever like attend those, what is it called? Those live auctions that Carnivoro hosts on Instagram? I'm rather new to plant auctions. Like, I'm not new to live sales at all, because I used to be really heavy into crystals. And I would attend a lot of crystal live sales, but the live plant auctions, I don't know why it's such a like departure from my normal thing to do on live sales. Like, I don't know, I can't get my head around it. I guess I'm not necessarily comfortable yet with auctions. Mostly because I already spend a lot of money on live sales, and live auctions just feel like a trap. Guys, I think we potted them all. Well, that was quick, mildly disappointing. Kind of wanted to hang out more with you guys. Well, I guess that's it for the repot. That was cool and efficient. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did this and then did the unboxing. That was really fun. If you'd like more of these videos, I'd be happy to film them. Let me know, like the video so that I can tell that you enjoyed it and would like more. I have lots of cool things coming up because obviously my collection has just sort of exploded. So they're all gonna need new homes. Yeah, because my current greenhouse situation, my like Millsbow tall cabinet, is not going to be able to house all of these. All right, y'all. I'm gonna close the video out here. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.